Hey guys, welcome back to Have a Beer with Eric. Today we have review number 57. And for today we have one of the breweries, their own Bruesicles. This, this beer comes from the brewery Terreaux, which is Brewery Terreaux is their sour facility area. And they've been starting to make Bruesicles, I think maybe like a year and a half ago now. And so it's basically kind of like a fruit smoothie, but in a sour beer. And they just add a ton of fruit to it, and they started canning it recently. And so this one is actually from March 28th. I picked this up back when it was the Bottlogic's Week of Logic, and usually you're not supposed to age this beer for a good amount of time because the fruit can be overwhelming to the can, so it might cause it to explode. But luckily my cans stayed in the fridge the whole time, and they were able to maintain a good temperature so that they never exploded. So onto the beer, we have this specific Bruesicle is called DFG. This is a blended sour blonde ale with dragon fruit, guava, vanilla flavors, and lactose added. It's 4%. And we have a description over here, or not really a description, but a warning. It says, hey, be careful, there's a lot of fruit in this beer. Fruit that does not like to be confined to small spaces and may try to escape without warning if stored warm. Please refrigerate at all times for your safety. And obviously brewed and canned by Bruery Terreaux in Placentia, California. So that pretty much tells you to not have, if you ever get some Bruesicles, to not leave them stored warm. You always want to put them straight to your fridge. Make sure that these don't start leaking or just straight up exploding, because that has actually been an issue. So all right, let's open it up. Pour it down. Look at that. Yeah, there we go. So that was a fairly hard pour, yet none of the carbonation is overflowing. So you can see it's very opaque beer. At first it was starting to come out kind of clear, and I thought it might be just the fruit settling down at the bottom, and I probably should have maybe whirled the can around to make sure that all the fruits evened out, but eventually it all came out, so came out pretty well. Head retention is not too big because of it just has so much beer or so much fruit in it, so that deters the head from sticking around, so it's quickly going away. But just from smelling it right here, I can smell a ton of fruit. Just like a lot of berries in there. I get a lot of guava too. Like it's pretty nice. And, like, it's always nice when you get to smell the extra flavors from a beer from far away, like right as soon as you pour it, instead of having to sniff it from the front. So, but with that said, let's try to get a good sniff. And it actually smells really nice. It's a good amount of dragon fruit and guava. I want to say that it actually kind of also smells kind of like blueberries and strawberries. So even though it doesn't contain any of those, it still smells like those berries. So might have a similar taste. So I haven't had these cans in I think like a month and a half. So they might be very different now. So we'll try it out. Cheers, guys. Wow, that is a very, very low, very low carbonation, low ABV, very easily drinking beer. It really is more like a smoothie, just like the beer looks. It looks like a smoothie, and that's how it feels in the mouth, and that's how it tastes. It's just like fruit in your face. Just a good amount of acidity that's just perfect. It's not too overwhelming. It's not too much. Um, and the fruit is. I love that the fruit is there, and it also provides room for acidity, for sourness, because it really is a sour. And excuse me. I've had sours that just have a ton of fruit, and the fruit just kind of takes away the sourness out of it, and the fruit shines nicely, but it's a sour, so like you want to taste it kind of sour. So it's nice that Bruery Terreaux makes great Bruesicles, and they allow for a really nice amount of sour character to it, as well as the fruit in there as well. And also I just said as well twice, but I've had several Bruesicles of theirs before. I when I bought these cans, I also got the Mango Fire, which is mango habanero, into a Brusicle. And I've had a few others, but I think this might be my favorite one so far, the DFG. But let's get another sip. Yeah, it's crazy. It's just I'm drinking it basically like a smoothie. It's like I just want to keep drinking more and more. But then I realized there's alcohol in there, so I'm like, I can't just keep drinking like that so casually. But this is a great like fruit smoothie sour. It's pretty awesome. The fact that they can come up with this concept and deliver it so eloquently, and you know, a lot of people just go straight for the answer sour beers, the super fruited sours, but and I've never had those. I've never had answer beers. I've never had answer sours, but I think that Bruery Terreaux definitely gives them a run for their money, and but yeah, and I was very close to doing a stout this week for the review, but since Festival of Funk is this weekend, the Modern Times Sour Beer event, I just decided to go ahead and do a sour beer, and I'm super excited for Festival of Funk. It's I believe the event's like 11 to 4, and so I'm volunteering for setup, and I also have a VIP ticket. So definitely look, if you're gonna be there, look around for me, and I'll be happy to share a couple of tasters of beers with you guys, and that'll be a great event. There's already so many beers on the beer list. They just released the beer list yesterday, and it's looking pretty well. Modern Times has a ton of nice looking sours in there. Um, I'll definitely be trying the league beer, which is it's supposed to be like some jam, like very jammy sour beers, and then hopefully I'll get to try the theory beer, which is supposed to be a chocolate churro stout, but we'll see how that goes. I mean, I know some theory people, but I don't know how the event will go. Luckily, or hopefully, I will try to aim for those beers first, and then probably try some J. Wakefield, some St. Adarius, some California Wild Ales. I think those are my top 3 right now. I can't remember off the top of my head, but super excited for that event. Wish the Bruery Terreaux would be there. I'm pretty sure they would bring some killer Bruesicles over there. Actually, oh, the brewery is going, but they're not going as the Bruery Terreaux. They're taking a collaboration that they did with a Green Cheek and then another beer, but they're not Bruesicles. They're not taking Bruesicles, unfortunately. Those would be such a hit, but this is a great beer though. It's so good. I think for my rating for this beer, I might go for a 4.75 out of 5, because it is honestly so smooth, so easy drinking. Huge amount of flavor in there. Very well balanced between the sourness and the fruit in there. It's pretty hard to ask for a better balance out of this, and it's just the it's crazy because it basically doesn't taste like alcohol at all. But you're like, oh, I'm drinking a smoothie. Wait, this is actually a beer. I should probably go slow on this. So it's really a great beer. Bruesicles, if you ever get to try any of the brewery Terreaux Bruesicles, definitely I recommend it. So go for that. And but yeah, I think until then, I might just call it a day. And remember to follow my my YouTube channel. It's just subscribe. Have a beer with Erik. Go to my Instagram page. Also have a beer with Erik. My Untapped is Vizcaya49, and you can go ahead and leave replies on any of the my on any of those medias, and let me know if you liked it, if you've had the beers, if you have any criticism to offer. I welcome everything. So just all all interaction is welcome. So, but until then, um, I'll just I'll let you guys know how Festival of Funk is, probably mostly through my Instagram. And then until then, I'll just see you guys around. Cheers.